Chosen one, pause and breathe, because you did not arrive here by accident. Heaven aligned this very moment with precision. You are standing at the edge of a supernatural shift, a divine relocation wrapped in prophetic purpose. Something in your spirit has already sensed it. This is not just about moving houses. This is about stepping into inheritance abundance and the wealth God has prepared for you. The word says, "No good thing will he withhold from those who walk uprightly." Chosen one. This November is not ordinary. It is appointed. Your atmosphere is changing. Your provision is moving, and heaven is calling your name. Chosen one. I know this season has felt strange. Your spirit has been restless. Your environment has been tight, and the routine around you suddenly feels too small for who you are becoming. You may be asking yourself, why does everything feel off? But hear me clearly, you are not breaking down, you are breaking through. November isn't coming as just another month on the calendar. November is arriving as a divine appointment, a holy shift, a supernatural relocation prepared by heaven long before you knew to ask. What you're feeling right now is not instability. It's spiritual expansion. Heaven is stretching the walls around your life because you have outgrown the space you've been living in, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and even physically. The atmosphere around you has been whispering that something is coming, and it hasn't been your imagination. It has been divine alignment pressing gently against the edges of your old season. Chosen one. God is making room for the version of you he always knew would rise. The pressure you feel is not punishment. It is promotion. The discomfort is holy. It is the sacred tension between where you've been and where you're going. You're standing in the same place, but you're no longer the same person. And because of that, your environment cannot hold you anymore. I've lived through this kind of shift myself. There was a season when every corner of my life felt too small. Conversations felt shallow. The people around me felt disconnected. Even the walls of my home felt like they were closing in. I didn't know it at the time, but my spirit was already walking through a door that my physical life hadn't reached yet. Looking back, I can see that God was preparing a space for me that matched the next version of who I was becoming. And at that time, I had no idea I was about to be moved, positioned into an environment that carried peace, purpose, and clarity in a way I had never experienced before. That is exactly where you are now. This is not a random shift. November has been marked for you. The life you are stepping into requires more space, more air, more vision, more room to breathe, to build, to become. The home God is guiding you toward is not just a bigger physical location. It is a spiritual dwelling crafted by heaven for your rest, your healing, and your destiny. Chosen one. This next place is not designed to impress others. It's designed to restore you. The walls will breathe peace. The windows will usher in clarity. Every room will feel like it was prepared for you because it was. This isn't about a new address. It's about a new assignment. You're stepping into a home that reflects your calling, not your wounds. The old space served you when you were surviving, but this space is built for the version of you who is ready to overflow. And yes, when you walk into it, there will be whispers. Some will say you don't deserve it. Others will question how it happened. But let them talk. Heaven never takes a vote before writing your name into a blessing. When God opens a door, no one can close it. When God positions you, no one can move you. You don't owe explanations. Your peace will speak louder than your words. Your joy will explain everything that needs explaining. What's unfolding in November was decided before you even prayed for it. While you were sleeping, heaven was writing. The keys have already begun moving toward your hands. The deed is spiritually cleared. The blessing is unlocked. You are not begging for this. You are stepping into what is already yours. This is your November of divine relocation. And chosen one, this is only the beginning. Chosen one, there are moments in life when heaven remembers something you forgot, the quiet kindness you gave, the tear you wiped from someone else's face, the compassion you offered when no one was there to thank you. And in November, heaven is responding to seeds you planted in silence years ago. You didn't do it for applause. You didn't do it for recognition. But the one you helped, the one you comforted, the one you stood beside when no one else would, they never forgot. You see, heaven doesn't measure greatness the way the world does. Heaven measures your heart. And your heart, chosen one, has spoken louder than any resume, louder than any status, louder than any material effort you've ever made. There was a moment, a small one perhaps, when you acted out of pure love. A moment when you chose compassion over convenience. A moment when your character shone brighter than the pain you were carrying. Heaven marked that moment. And November is the month when that moment blooms. Someone you once touched in secret has written your name into a blessing. Not out of obligation, but out of reverence. Not out of guilt, but out of gratitude. And the place you're about to move into, the home, the sanctuary. The sacred dwelling is not someone else's dream. It is the physical expression of a spiritual truth. What is meant for you will always find you. Chosen one. The place you're heading wasn't built overnight. It has been waiting for you through storms you never saw, legal shifts you didn't know were happening, and spiritual alignments taking shape behind the scenes. While you were praying for peace, peace was being constructed brick by brick. While you were asking for direction, the foundation was being secured. And while you were crying yourself to sleep, an inheritance was being unlocked with your name on it. This is not a story of luck. This is a story of orchestration. Your November move is not random. It is the closing of one chapter and the divine unveiling of another. The tests you walked through, the betrayals, the losses, the disappointments, the long nights where you asked God, "When is it my turn?" those were not wasted. They were preparation. Your character has been refined. Your heart has been purified. Your faith has been proven. And now heaven whispers, it is time. Remember the story of Elijah and the widow. She gave her last meal, not knowing she was unlocking a supernatural supply. That is you, chosen one. You gave when you barely had enough. You loved when you were empty. You forgave when you were hurting. And now, November carries multiplication, not addition, multiplication. You are not moving into someone else's leftover space. You are stepping into the fullness of a life your spirit recognized long before your eyes did. This next home fits your anointing. It welcomes your presence. It amplifies your peace. It is a space where rest is not borrowed. It is rooted. And here's what you need to understand. If everything around you feels like it's falling apart right now, it is not falling apart. It is falling into place. Heaven is reordering your environment to match your elevation. The heaviness is not punishment. It is the final stretch before breakthrough. The waiting is not delay. It is precision. And the gift coming in November is not about material blessing. It is about emotional restoration, mental clarity, spiritual grounding, and divine alignment. The blessing you are about to walk into came looking for you. It found you because you remained steady even when life was shaking. You stayed faithful even when you felt forgotten. You stayed true even when your spirit was tired. And heaven never ignores faithfulness. Chosen 1 November is the month the door opens. And that door won't just lead to a home, It will lead to a new version of you. Chosen one. There are signs heaven sends before a major shift, and many of those signs have already been brushing up against your daily life. Little things that most people would ignore, but your spirit picked up instantly a familiar street name showing up in unexpected places, a dream about walking through sunlit hallways you've never seen in person, a vision of open doors that felt more real than imagination. These were not coincidences. These were prophetic breadcrumbs guiding you toward November's unveiling. The truth is, heaven rarely shouts. Heaven whispers. And recently, those whispers have been consistent, persistent, impossible to ignore. A place has been calling your name not loudly, but deeply. You didn't recognize it with your natural eyes, but your spirit did. It knew the frequency. It recognized the peace. It responded before you even understood what was happening. Chosen one, you have not been wandering. You have been guided. Heaven has been aligning your heart with a physical location long before you knew you would need it. Not just a place to live, a place to heal, a place to breathe, a place where your nervous system can exhale for the first time in years. A place crafted not by architectural plans alone, but by divine assignment. Every time you felt like you were too much, every time you thought your dreams were too big, every moment you feared your hope was too fragile, you were wrong. You were not too much. You were being prepared for a place that could finally hold the fullness of who you are becoming. This house wasn't empty. It was waiting for the version of you that could carry its peace. Waiting for the version of you that had survived too much to settle for anything less. And here's the truth. Many people will not understand. Prophetic alignment doesn't always make sense. The lock on this next door wouldn't turn for anyone else because the key was you. Only your spirit matched the calling in that space. Only your frequency unlocked the atmosphere. Others may have toured it. Others may have tried to purchase it, but they couldn't enter because heaven wasn't opening it for them, it was opening it for you. That's why the delays didn't destroy you. That's why the heartbreak didn't derail you. That's why the detours didn't disqualify you. Every wrong turn was leading you closer to November. Every closed door was protecting the timing. Every disappointment was shaping your discernment. You weren't losing, you were being refined, chosen. 1. Romans 8:28 isn't just a verse, it's your life story. Everything, the pain, the silence, the isolation, the confusion has been working together for your good because you are called according to purpose. That purpose is unfolding before you now. And when you step into this next home, it won't just hold your belongings, it will hold your breakthrough. Your mind will finally unclench. Your thoughts will settle. Your creativity will flow again, unrestricted by fear or noise. This place will be your ground zero for expansion, the birthplace of new vision and the sanctuary for your future. I know this because I've walked through seasons where the world around me felt too loud, too chaotic, too heavy. And I remember the exact moment God shifted me into an environment that matched the peace He was building inside me. At first, I didn't understand why everything felt so different. Then I realized the atmosphere was aligned with my anointing. That's what's coming for you in November. The shift won't just be external, it will be internal. A recalibration of your spirit and your surroundings until they match perfectly. Chosen one. The weight you've been carrying will lift the moment you cross that threshold, not because the world changed, but because the home was designed for your healing. Every wall will echo peace. Every window will pour in clarity. Every corner will feel like prophecy fulfilled. You were never wrong to hope. And November is heaven's confirmation. Chosen one. As you step deeper into this November transition, you must understand something sacred. Not everyone will celebrate what God is doing for you. Elevation exposes hearts. Blessings reveal intentions. And when God's hand is visibly on your life, some people will react not with joy, but with discomfort. Do not let this confuse you. Do not let it distract you. Your elevation is a mirror that shows people who they are and who they are not in this season of your becoming. Some will whisper, some will question, some will wonder why you and not them. But hear me, when heaven writes your name into a blessing, no human opinion can erase it. This November shift is sealed. It is sovereign. It is spiritual. The door opening for you is not based on popularity, approval, or human support. It is based on obedience, endurance, and divine timing. Chosen one. There were many moments when you could have chosen bitterness, but you didn't. You could have retaliated, but you stayed soft. You could have tried to force outcomes, but instead you surrendered. Heaven saw every choice. Heaven recorded every tear. Every time you stayed kind when it was easier to grow cold, you wrote your name into a heavenly ledger that now shows paid in full. And now this home you are walking into, this sanctuary this November, promise, it's not about luxury, it's about alignment. It's about stepping into a space that matches the healed, purified version of you. A space where your soul finally feels held. A place where peace is not a visitor. Peace is the foundation. Chosen one. When you cross into this next environment, something in your spirit will settle instantly. You'll stop apologizing for taking up space. You'll stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You will feel the shift in your bones. This is not just a relocation. This is your return not to an old identity, but to the divine blueprint of who you were always meant to be. I remember a similar moment in my own life. I had spent years in environments that tolerated me, but never truly welcomed the fullness of who I was. I learned how to fit myself into small spaces, how to dim my own light so others wouldn't feel intimidated. And then one day, God moved me quietly, suddenly, into a place that felt unfamiliar, yet deeply right. I didn't understand it at first. It felt like stepping into someone else's life. But the longer I stayed, the more I realized this space had been waiting for me. It matched the version of myself that had survived the fire. A version I didn't even know had been growing. That same thing is happening to you now. Chosen one. Your November home will not drain you. It will restore you. The silence there will feel sacred, not heavy. The nights will feel restful, not restless. The rooms will feel alive with purpose, not haunted by old fears. Your creativity will awaken. Your mind will breathe. Your heart will expand. You will feel safe in ways you haven't felt in years. And understand this, the backlash of those who envy you is simply confirmation. Even Jesus taught that with blessing comes persecution. If some people are uncomfortable with your elevation, it is because your favor exposes the stagnation in their own lives. Let them talk. Let them assume. Let them misunderstand. They are spectators. But you, chosen one, you are a participant in a divine storyline. You are not rising because you demanded it. You are rising because you remained faithful. You are not stepping into this November blessing because you fought for it. You're stepping into it because you grew into it. You are not hoping to be chosen anymore. You are walking as one who already is chosen. 1 November is not just a transition. It is the place where peace meets purpose, and where purpose meets destiny, and you are ready. Chosen one. Not every battle you've fought in this season has been visible. Some of the greatest wars you've endured happened in silence, in your mind, in your spirit, in the privacy of nights where no one heard the tears you hid behind tired eyes. You've had to stand strong when your heart felt fragile. You've had to keep moving when your soul wanted to collapse. You've had to hold on to hope when disappointment kept knocking at your door, and heaven saw every moment. This November shift is not a coincidence. It is a response, a divine reply to everything you endured quietly, faithfully, and without recognition. While others judged your life from the outside, God watched the strength you carried on the inside. While people misread your silence, heaven recorded your endurance. And now, what is being released over your life is not just a blessing, it is justice. Chosen one. Every curse spoken against you in secret has been overturned. Every delay engineered by fear, jealousy, or manipulation has been dismantled. Every tongue that rose against you has been silenced by divine authority. You weren't cursed, you were covered. You were surrounded, you were held when you didn't even know you were being held. And now the signal has gone out in the spirit, it is time. This November, your next address isn't just being assigned, it's being appointed. It won't look like what others imagined for you. In fact, the very people who underestimated you, who dismissed you, who laughed at your struggles, will watch you walk into a space they never believed you could reach. Not because you bragged, not because you forced your way in, but because you stayed aligned when everything around you tried to pull you off course. You need to understand how heaven works. Elevation doesn't ask permission. Prophetic fulfillment doesn't go door to door asking for approval. When God says now, no one can say not yet. When God opens the gate, no human hand can close it. When God marks a blessing with your name, even your own mistakes can't disqualify you. Grace redirects them. Chosen one. The house being prepared for you carries more than beauty. It carries healing. It carries restoration. It carries purpose. It's not just a place to live. It's a place where the fragments of your past will finally fall into peace. A place where the version of you that fought so hard will finally get to rest. And when you walk through that November door, your spirit will know instantly, I'm home. Not just physically home, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, home. Your nervous system will relax in ways you forgot were possible. The atmosphere will feel like prophecy fulfilled. The walls will not remind you of pain, they will reflect your rise. This isn't just a relocation. This is resurrection. A resurrection of your energy. A resurrection of your joy. A resurrection of vision, confidence, creativity, and courage. What tried to die in you will come alive again. What fear tried to bury will revive. What heartbreak tried to silence will sing. And this home, this November home, this holy ground, it has been matched to you, designed for you, protected for you. Nothing impure was allowed to settle there, because the space was meant for someone with your heart, your purity, your frequency. That's why the timing couldn't be rushed. That's why nothing worked before. That's why every other door closed. Heaven wasn't preparing a house. Heaven was preparing you. Chosen one, the seal is set. The way forward is clear. Heaven's approval does not waver. You're not entering this blessing by force. You're receiving it through inheritance, the inheritance of someone who refused to give up. And this November, you will walk into a space that feels like destiny in the air and healing in the walls. This is the month everything shifts for you, quietly, beautifully, irreversibly. Chosen one. As you step closer to the threshold of November, you must understand something profound. What is coming into your life is not arriving because you demanded it, chased it, or tried to control it. It is arriving because heaven has deemed you ready. For years, you have been sowing silently, loving quietly, giving generously, even when your own resources were thin. And while the world overlooked you, heaven documented every moment. Someone, yes, someone in your past remembered you in a way you never expected. Someone who saw your goodness when others mocked it. Someone who saw your consistency when others took it for granted. Someone who saw light in you long before the world recognized it. This person, in their last act of purpose, wrote your name into a legacy that your mind could not have imagined. They didn't choose you because of what you had. They chose you because of who you were when no one was watching. Chosen one. Their decision has already been activated. Papers have already been signed somewhere you have never stepped. Conversations about your name have already happened behind closed doors where you were not present, and yet your spirit was being honored. And in November, what was sealed in the spirit is about to manifest in the natural. This is not just a transfer of property, it is a transfer of trust, a covenant, a sacred passing of the torch. You will not have to fight for this. You will not have to negotiate for it. You will not have to prove yourself worthy of it. Heaven already validated your worthiness through your character. And let me tell you something from my own journey. I remember the season when I felt like nothing I gave mattered. I helped people who never thanked me. I stood by friends who disappeared when I needed them. I poured into others from places that were almost empty. But years later, blessings started returning in ways I never connected back to those moments. The seeds I thought were forgotten had grown roots in unseen soil, and when the harvest came, it came suddenly, overwhelmingly beautifully. That is exactly the kind of return heading toward you this November. A return you didn't expect. A return you didn't calculate. A return that only heaven could orchestrate. Chosen one. The mansion aligned for you, whether literal or symbolic, is not about status. It is about restoration. It is about justice. It is about God rewriting the ending of chapters that once broke you. The space you're entering is a witness, a testimony to every moment you stayed soft when life tried to harden you. Every room has been spiritually prepared. The air inside carries peace. The walls hold the vibration of healing. The land recognizes your spirit. The environment has been guarded intentionally so nothing unclean or unaligned could settle there before your arrival. Heaven wasn't just preparing a place. Heaven was protecting it. And chosen one, hear this with your whole heart. You will not feel like an outsider in this new space. You will not feel like you stumbled into a blessing you don't belong in. You will feel a holy familiarity, as if your spirit walked those halls long before your body ever arrived. As if part of you had been living there in the future, waiting for the rest of you to catch up. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. Your November home is not a dream. It is an answered prayer. A home where silence is peace, not punishment. A home where nights bring clarity, not confusion. A home where you are no longer surviving, you are expanding. Chosen one. This is where your next chapter begins. A chapter not of striving, but of sovereignty. Not of fear, but of fullness. Not of doubt, but of destiny. Heaven has already placed the key in motion, and November is the month it reaches your hand. Chosen one. As you approach this November shift, you may notice something unusual happening around you. Dreams becoming clearer, signs appearing more often, people pulling away without explanation, silence growing in places that used to feel familiar. These aren't random disruptions, they're spiritual indicators that you are crossing a threshold into a higher dimension of purpose. Elevation always creates distance, not because you are better than anyone, but because the version of you emerging cannot survive in the environments that fed your former self. You are evolving, and evolution requires separation. Some people who once understood you will no longer comprehend the language of your growth. Some relationships will feel strained, not because of conflict, but because your spirit is shifting into a frequency they can't interpret. Chosen one, don't fear this distance. It is divine, it is necessary, it is holy. When Moses approached the burning bush, he was instructed to remove his sandals, not because of dirt, but because the ground had changed. You too are stepping onto holy ground, spiritually, emotionally, and now physically. The place you're going carries a presence that demands reverence. Heaven is preparing you before you touch what has already been assigned to you. And here is the truth. The silence you've been experiencing is not abandonment. It is preparation. God has been clearing the noise so you can hear him. It is in the quiet that heaven whispers instructions. It is in the stillness that destiny becomes clear. And it is in this sacred silence that your November blessing is being finalized. I've lived through this kind of silence before, the kind that felt heavy, the kind that felt endless. But later, I realized it was the silence of a room, moments before the curtains rise. A quiet soaked in anticipation, a pause before unveiling. That is the silence surrounding you now. Heaven isn't inactive. Heaven is aligning everything for your arrival. Chosen one. The home you're stepping into is not simply a building. It is a sanctuary, a spiritual womb designed to birth the next season of your life. The garden will feel like gratitude. The floors will feel like stability. The walls will feel like answered prayers. Every corner will echo purpose. This is where you will hear God more clearly. This is where strategies will unfold. This is where burdens will fall off your shoulders like they were never yours to carry. Do not measure this blessing by money size or appearance. Measure it by peace. Measure it by alignment. Measure it by the way your spirit exhales when you enter. The world chases homes for status. Heaven prepares homes for purpose. And the purpose tied to this November blessing is not random, it is generational. Chosen one. Someone long before you thought about the legacy they wanted to protect. They thought about who could hold their story with honor. They thought about who could carry their blessing without distorting its meaning. And they chose you. They didn't choose the loudest. They chose the loyal. They didn't choose the richest. They chose the righteous. They didn't choose the popular. They chose the pure-hearted. You have been written into a legacy because your spirit resonated with theirs. This is why the home feels familiar in your dreams. This is why certain rooms flash in your mind. This is why your soul keeps revisiting hallways you've never walked in reality. Part of you has already arrived there. Part of you has been waiting for the rest to catch up. Chosen one. This November blessing is not delayed, it is perfectly timed. If it had come earlier, you would have doubted it. If it came later, you would have grown weary. But it is coming now in the exact moment heaven ordained. You do not have to fight for this next season. You only need to walk into it with reverence, with gratitude, with expectancy, because November is not bringing a home to you, it is bringing you home. Chosen one. As November approaches, heaven is not asking you to strive. Heaven is not asking you to force anything. Heaven is inviting you into alignment, into readiness, into holy expectation. Because what is coming to you is not arriving through effort, it is arriving through inheritance. This season feels different on purpose. Some days you wake up with unusual peace, other days with unusual tension. Your emotions feel heightened, your dreams more vivid, your intuition sharper. This is not instability, this is spiritual sensitivity. Your spirit is responding to a blessing that already exists in the unseen realm and is now moving closer to manifestation. November is not waiting for approval. November is waiting for timing. This shift will not simply change where you live, it will change how you live. It will change the rhythm of your days, the peace of your nights, the clarity of your decisions, the strength of your purpose. Heaven is placing you in a space that reflects the healed, elevated, matured version of you. A space where you are not surviving, you are expanding. You have spent years living in environments that required you to dim your light. Spaces that demanded emotional shrinking, rooms that held your body but suffocated your calling. But the home being prepared for you now carries the opposite assignment. It is a space built for your growth, your anointing, your next level. A place where the atmosphere is aligned with your destiny. I've walked through this kind of spiritual shift myself. Seasons where the outside world felt heavy, but the inside of me felt ready. Where silence wrapped around me like a cocoon. Where people I thought would walk with me suddenly drifted away. At the time, it felt confusing. Later, I understood heaven removes noise when it's time to whisper instructions. Heaven removes weight when it's time for wings to grow. Heaven removes distractions when destiny is nearing. You are in that sacred cocoon now. You are in the quiet before the unveiling. You are in the stillness before the door opens. And the door coming to you in November is not symbolic, it is literal. It is a physical door your spirit has already entered in dreams and visions. Your soul has walked halls your feet have not yet touched. That is why this season feels strangely familiar. That is why your spirit is so alert. You are approaching a place heaven already introduced to you in the spiritual realm. Chosen one. Your November home carries a frequency that only you match. The walls have been waiting for your laughter. The rooms have been waiting for your rest. The atmosphere has been waiting for your presence. You are not entering a random blessing, you are entering a reserved blessing. This is why the timing could not be rushed. This is why everything else fell apart. This is why lesser doors stayed closed. This is why nothing worked before now. Heaven wasn't just preparing a place. Heaven was preparing you. The emotional waves you feel lately, they are contractions, spiritual contractions, signaling that birth is near. You are giving birth to a new chapter. Pressure always intensifies right before delivery. Do not mistake pressure for punishment. This November blessing is not testing you, it is crowning you. And what you are about to receive is far more than a house. It is peace, it is clarity, it is identity, it is restoration, it is justice. It is the unfolding of every moment you stayed soft while life tried to harden you, every seed you sowed in silence, every prayer whispered through tears, every sacrifice no one acknowledged but God saw. The home you are stepping into will become a place of divine reset, a resting place for your spirit, a birthing place for new ideas, a sanctuary for healing, a hub for purpose, a foundation for legacy. You will feel the shift from the moment you step inside. Your body will relax, your spirit will stand tall, your mind will quiet, you will breathe more deeply than you have in years, you will sleep differently, you will wake up differently. The environment will speak to your soul, and your soul will say, I'm home. And chosen one, you are not stepping into this blessing as a visitor. You are stepping into it as the rightful resident. Your name is already woven into its foundation. The key is already moving toward your hand. The timing is already sealed. Angels have already been assigned to escort you into this next season. So prepare with intention, clean your environment, organize your space, release what no longer aligns. Speak blessing over your days. Move like someone expecting a divine delivery. Think like someone whose breakthrough has a date. Walk like someone who knows November is not bringing a possibility, it is bringing a promise. Chosen. 1 November is not simply giving you a home. November is giving you a new life, a divinely aligned, spiritually protected, beautifully prepared life. Welcome to the season that was always meant to find you. Welcome to the blessing your spirit recognized before your eyes did. Welcome to the ground heaven prepared for your feet. Chosen one. Welcome home. Chosen one, as we come to the end of this message, take one final breath and feel the weight of this truth settle into your spirit. You're not waiting for November. November is waiting for you. Heaven has already shifted the atmosphere, aligned the timing, and released the decree. You are standing in your Kairos moment, your divinely appointed season, your sacred doorway into the life prepared for you. Chosen one. What is moving toward you now is not random, it is not fragile, it is not uncertain. It is a supernatural transfer set in motion. Long before you understood what God was building in you, you are stepping into a home, a sanctuary, a promise that carries your name in the spirit. Nothing can block it, nothing can delay it, nothing can steal it. It is sealed. So walk forward with reverence. Walk forward with gratitude. Walk forward knowing you are not entering this new chapter alone. Heaven is escorting you. Angels are going before you. Peace is meeting you at the door. Favor is filling the rooms. Purpose is rising in the walls. This next season carries the sound of restoration and the fragrance of destiny. Chosen one, hold your head high. Your spirit is ready. Your heart is prepared. Your steps are ordained. Stay aligned, stay faithful, and stay expectant. What is coming in November is not simply a blessing, it is confirmation of who you are. If this word spoke to your spirit, let your heart whisper Amen in the comments. Until we meet again, stay grounded, stay prayerful, and stay ready. Your miracle is already in motion.